Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, Zakir.
Walaikum salam, bro.
How are you, man?
Alhamdulillah.
Been 3 months or so, yeah?
3 months.
MashaAllah, how's it been?
It's been alright.
Yeah?
Been okay. Yeah, progress. Same thing, of course. Nothing really changes that much in a little time, but alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, man.
Alhamdulillah.
So I've got a question for you, if you can answer, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe some, to help brothers and sisters out there, anyone want to benefit.
Inshallah.
So, the question is, what advice would you give to your younger self, knowing what you know now in regards to financial, like spending, saving, investments, and associates, your friends, and in regards to your goals and ambitions?
I think for the first question, or the first point around spending, savings, just general kind of how to manage money, I think it's important when we're young, we do start to learn how money works, and also what we're getting ourselves into. So it's easy to fall into a trap of wanting to live a certain lifestyle that maybe you can't attain, or you haven't got the means to support. So I think it's important to live within your means, and it's a consistent message out there, I think. But live within your means. I mean, there's two ways of making money. You earn more or you spend less, right? And it's important not to fall into those traps. It's important not to fall into the traps of things like overdrafts as well. As a young person, and we're all guilty of it, it's easy to fall in and think, yeah, there's overdraft there, let me take that out. For example, just one example. And then you spend that and you use it up whilst you go in university, college, whatever it might be. And then you figure out later that actually it's taking you an age to get out of that. So just be careful with everything and read the fine print on certain things. Understand and take a vested interest in trying to understand how money works. It is a financial instrument after all, right? And it's designed in some cases by some institutions for you to lose, right? So through interest, through debt and things like that. So it's important just to understand exactly what you're getting yourself into. Even things like going to university. Alhamdulillah, my younger brother's going to university now, and I had the same conversation with him. And he was thinking about moving out, living the life, which is great. I mean, fair enough. If that's what you want to do, At the same time, on tuition alone, you're spending 9k a year. And then on top of that, you're taking out student loans, for example. On top of that, you'll have a grant, which obviously you don't have to pay back. And then at the same time, you've got to support yourself whilst you're out. And then again, what you'll also have is banks contacting you, throwing money at you, overdrafts, this, that, and the other, credit cards, and all the other things. When you actually add it all up, actually you're pretty much in the minus, because there's a good chance that you're going to take those opportunities, like the overdrafts, for example, the student accommodation. And by the time you come out of studying your education, you would have been about 30-40 grand in the hole. And you might think that actually it doesn't really make that much of a difference when I'm on a lower salary. As a postgrad, you might come out and be earning 22, 24, 27k, whatever it might be, depending on what field. But actually, once you start to go into the higher bands, that's when it's going to be like £200-300, and it's going to make a real difference to your actual earnings. So look, if you can live within your means from a young age, use financial instruments like investing as well. Compound is one of the miracles of the world, and you'll hear it from other people say the same thing, and people that have invested in over years. But get into it early. Understand that your money will make money, it will compound. By the time you're 34 years old, inshallah, it will be much more than what you invested initially. So I think it's important just to understand money, take a vested interest, and also understand exactly what's happening to you in those opportunities, or what might seem like an opportunity at the time, because you're young, right? And just live within your means as well. Don't try to impress anybody, because in the long run, the chances are you're not going to see those other people, So, and that kind of goes on to the second point, around ambitions and associates.
So that was regarding to how your investment, spending, and all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Jazakallah for that one.